What's up, guys? This is round 3 of the classic warm-up tour, generations 1 through 5, best of 5, meaning first to 3 wins. And yeah, this is against MTV BRATVA. I'm not very familiar with him as a player, but underestimating people is stupid, so I'm going to assume he knows what he's doing. So we'll start with some DPP, and I'm going to bring some sluggers because offense is more fun to watch. So yeah, this is a choice band Azelf, and wow, look at that great nickname on Metagross. And I don't want Uxie getting up rocks. I mean, I could U-turn and just get my own, but well, if he's a Scarf Uxie, then he's gonna trick me. What if he's a regular Rocks Uxie, which is what you kind of have to expect these days? Then he just gets rocks and then U-turns and momentum, and that can get kind of ugly. So I am genuinely considering just blowing up. Yeah, because this kind of team, it's not frail, but it doesn't want to switch around very much. It wants to maximize its matchups. So I don't want, like, even a standard Rocks Uxie expecting me to taunt could just U-turn out, and if I U-turn, I'm going to chunk the Uxie, but then my T-Tar gets U-turned on, and Infernape or Flygon comes in, and that's nasty. So I'm going to blow it up. I just want to minimize the amount of nonsense that can happen, and boom, that means his rocker is dead, which is very good. What's more is that Uxie annoys Machamp, and now I have kind of my second lead in Machamp, but I also have kind of a second lead in Metagross, and I want to save Metagross because it's good against Jirachi, who, well, the fact it's a Scarf Uxie makes that less likely, but yeah. This is Spikes or just T-Spikes, and he Sleep Powders, not expecting Lum. I can't hate that. But luckily, I get an early sleep, and that is bulky, my god. I don't have anything to really take the sleep other than this and getting up rocks, which I really want to do. That's perfect, because I can take a hit. I don't really care about... Oh, wow, that is... Well, my T-Tar is fast, but that's bulky Sleep Powder Roserade. Usually you don't see that. It's been seen, obviously, but generally when you think Sleep Powder Toxic Spikes Roserade, even in the mid-game, then you think of the fast set because it can disable Suicune, deal with Rotoms, non-Scarf, of course, offensive variants like Subsplit. And yeah, so bulky Roserade sits in the 215 range. I say 215 instead of the natural speed of 216 because of HP Fire. So now I can Crunch, I can Fire Blast, I can Earthquake. I want to hit common switch into T-Tar, so on this kind of team, it's probably going to be Ghost, Flygon, Hazard Abuser, and then like a Steel type to patch the holes like Heatran or Jirachi. So Metagross is going to go a long way, and I got up rocks, denied his. That's really good for Gyarados as well. Let's him check Infernape with a lot less pressures. So I want to hit Flygon. I mean, he's not going to have something like... If he has a Swampert, it's going to be offensive, and I can respond fiercely with Gyarados. T-Tar being down kind of sucks if he has a Scarf Rotom, but Latias and these guys should handle it. Yeah, the Ghost is definitely going to be a bit contentious, but I think Metagross, Machamp, and Latias potentially Healing Wishing T-Tar back up would help. What's nice is that if I Healing Wish, I will get rid of the T-Spike poison until I switch back out and back in, because in DPP you take hazard damage first. So anyway, I don't want to give, like, he doesn't know what move I'm going for, so I think the move is just Crunch. I think he's just going to sack it. That was smart, rather than risk Heatran getting Earthquaked for nothing. So now he knows he's, well, I would have burned my Custap there, but yeah, so this is a speedy T-Tar, because I like handling Breloom. Chople is for Mach on Breloom, and then I'd Fire Blast it, hence the sizable special attack investment, and I'd want the bulk, special bulk, to take Dracos, so I can switch into Latias without T-Tar dying or having to use my Metagross. Anyway, Gliscor is annoying. I don't know if it's going to be some sort of Fang set, or, which would really be obnoxious, actually. I'd have to dance around it. But I have Gyarados now. If he's just a regular taunt set, then I'm fine. I'll just pound away. And I can just get into a slugfest because of Healing Wish on Latias. If he... I can't intimidate him because of Hyper Cutter, unfortunately, but I do get Earthquake, and he has leftovers. So, at least he's not Life Orb. That would have been a dead giveaway. I'm pretty sure that... What are my EVs on this thing? That's some bulk. That's 16 defense, and the Life Orb number HP. So, Thunderfang... I mean, generally I think you would run Taunt on a Gliscor like this, because these guys, as nice as they might be with their hazard combination, they're not doing anything against defensive teams. And Thunderfang Gliscor... Okay, well, that's 0 special attack. Thunderfang Gliscor can struggle against like stuff like Bronzong, so Stone Edge is not going to come anywhere close to KOing me, but... meanwhile, my Life Orb Waterfall will destroy an offensive Gliscor, and even a defensive one isn't going to enjoy taking it. See, that's against max HP, so Stone Edge, fine. Thunderfang, if I can get rid of the Gliscor, it's probably fine. I mean, I don't really have a good pivot against it other than going to Machamp or something. Well, maybe Machamp would work. Lum is actually going to pay dividends here. Let me check my spread there. Oh, good. Oh, I do have bulk. T-Spike's going to be annoying, but it would be worth... potentially saving Gyarados. So, Earthquake... Yeah, not going to be enough. So I'm going to go to Machamp. Not going to risk anything. And he taunts. That's good. Well, so... Here's my... Well, that's good to know. Really good to know. He taunted even though I didn't show leftovers, because that doesn't mean choice band necessarily. That could also mean whacking, especially on such an offensive team. So here's my problem. Now that I know he's not invested, I'm still pretty sure he's probably going to 2-KO me from here. The thing is that I will not KO Gliscor with Ice Punch. So I'm going to 290 HP. So I'm going to Earthquake, well... Oh god, that might 2-KO me while I'm healthy, let alone poisoned. Yeah, okay. So I think I have to... Well, I either pivot back... and if he goes to Jirachi, like I kind of also want to cover with my Dynamic Punch switch. Or a Ghost, then, you know, it's not the worst with Gyara. I guess the most riskless play is Ice Punch, because... just bringing it down will be good. Help Metagross suss out a spread. So I'm going to... Oh, he's Aerial Ace. Okay. Really, Breloom Paranoid. And there you can see that. So I have kind of a risky maneuver in mind in going to Metagross and Bullet Punching it. Not ideal, but Gliscor is really obnoxious. And if he roosts, which would be stupid and risky, and he wants to Aerial Ace because he doesn't want to let Gyarados in for free, he doesn't know I have Metagross. So I think he wouldn't roost, because why just potentially let Machamp kill you for nothing? So I'm going to go meta. In worst case, I go to Gyara on the Earthquake after he roosts. So thank God that worked out. Oh, Metagross, the annoying... or Suicune, rather, the annoying Pokemon don't stop. Alright. Definitely Ghost and Steel in the last slot. So, I mean, he's... definitely got some Jirachi worries of his own. I don't know, it could be... it's Heatran or Jirachi, I'm fairly certain. And then the Ghost. So, if I can... I don't know, Gyarados isn't that useful. At the same time, I don't want to just screw around and let the Suicune destroy me. I could boom. He could just go to his Ghost, which would be disastrous. Another option is going to Latios, T-waving, since I'm pretty sure I'll live a +1 Ice Beam. And... let me see what my spread is. Whoops, I'm not that. Yeah, no bulk, really. +1, yeah, I'm definitely going to live. So that's not the concern. And then I T-wave it, and I do some, and I'll still have my useful Latias, and I'll do some dumb stuff with D-Punch, which can still be played around with the Ghost, except I've lost a poke. So this is kind of a risky situation. He could also be a sub Suicune, which would just be awful. Alright, I think the least risky option is Latias. Oh, he's Protect. That is a good move. I did not consider. Well, what's nice about that is that means he doesn't have HP Electric, which means Gyarados is potentially really good. Let's see. My Gyara is an offensive Dragon Dance with... Well, he doesn't have HP Electric, so I ignore that. And then my boosted Double Edge, actually, will be doing... I mean, I have to imagine he has some bulk, but it's going to be doing a ton. And then Metagross might be able to muscle through the rest. He's definitely protecting here. Ice Beam doesn't do very much, so I'm going to go to Gyara. For sure. I want to take advantage of his protecting. If he goes to Scarf Rotom, I mean, I'd almost consider that out of the woods in a way. Alright, so here, I'm taking a lot of recoil. If I do my math, then Ice Beam from here, and Sand is definitely a 2 KO, 82, but I want to see 276. That is, I should put that IV back on. I do have 4 special defense EVs. Maybe it makes a difference. Sorry, not a guarantee. Well, with Life Orb, it's definitely a 2 KO unless I go for another DD. So then I'm taking, let's call it 40 to be on the safe side. 40 plus 70 plus Sand, so I would definitely die. And it would be down to Metagross and Latias and Healing Wish to finish the game off. As opposed to if I Earthquake, do a ton of damage. Hell, if I Double Edge, I'm gonna... He also could be Modest. And he would still feasibly outspeed Gyarados, so it's not something to really count on. But let's say I do 60 to him, and then take 10. That's 72. Minus 6 more is 66, roughly. And then I minus 40, so I'm at, let's say, a little over 20 after this turn. If I Earthquake and he Ice Beams. And then I can still... Seems less risky, so I am going to Earthquake. He could also Protect. That would be pretty smart. But he doesn't know if I'm Bounce or not. And if he Protected as I bounced up, that would really suck for him. So, 34.5. That's a bulky Suicune. Because that is below what the minimum damage is. So he's definitely got some HP investment. Let's see. Yeah, so the minimum amount of special attack he has is even less. $34.2, which means let's just assume around 40 HP. Water. I don't want him to go to Rotom on Waterfall, on Scarf Rotom. The nice thing is that if I play my cards right, then I still get to keep Gyarados alive after this, which would be awesome, since, you know, more Pokemon the better on a sack-heavy team like this, and with Healing Wish, it can go toe-to-toe with a lot. So after this, 30, actually 31 exactly. So minus 6, I'll be at 26. Or sorry, 25, Jesus. Technically less because 6.25, but let's call it 25. And then I lose another 16 after that because of Sand and Life Orb, but I would not die. So I would still, yeah. So he's going to Protect here almost. I mean, at the same time, it's a needless risk. So I Waterfall, get the KO. He would need a lot of bulk to even have a chance to live that. So that's awesome. There's the Scarf Rotom. So here's the $1,000,000 question. First of all, I'm pretty sure I'm sacking Machamp almost no matter what. The question is really, oh, my Latias can't really hit Heatran. I don't want that to sub up for free. The question is what I'm healing wishing with Lottie, because I don't think I quite want to. Let me calc offensive Heatran versus Metagross. It's Akka, but Earth Power does good damage too. So basically what I want to avoid happening is him getting a sub with Heatran. Well, first of all, I have to kill this Rotom, which means I'm inclined to Healing Wish up my Tyranitar. It's a tricky dance, because I want to keep... Because if I have a Tyranitar and his last is Heatran... Actually, I think that just might be the move, no matter what, because if it's Jirachi, I'll beat it with Metagross. Yeah, I have a feeling that might be the move. Just no matter what. I was trying to think about some dance about getting Metagross in to be healthy, but I don't have to if I heal this up. So I'm torn between sacking Gyarados or Machamp, and or going right to Latias and risking a Shadow Ball crit. Generally don't risk it if you can't. It just pains me to potentially unnecessarily throw away a poke. So Earth Power versus 64 HP Metagross is never breaking that, so that's my insurance there. Since I'm Akka. Oh. And even if he's modest, which would be awesome, I advocate that, he still won't kill me. So he needs a boosting item, and yeah, okay, so I think, because I'm not going to Healing Wish Gara or Machamp, and the sack isn't going to be useful there, so I'm going to let this go so I don't risk a Shadow Ball crit. Healing Wish to Tyranitar. 100% the move. Alright, and I even get to get rid of that poison thing, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I do. Great. So now I crunch, and if it's Tran, then I'm fine, and if it's Jirachi, then Metagross will handle it. You know, most of the time. Alright, that's a good sign. Metagross beats a lot of things one-on-one. If it's something like a... Alright, I think I got this one. Cool. If he's Torment... Oh, shit. That would be bad. Well, I'm going to assume from that GG it's not. Ah. Okay, time to be safe. I don't want to get faked out. Earth Power versus my bulky-ass Tar, which is a 272 Spit F stat. Because if he Torments... I don't know. I always forget Torment mechanics. Even though I've been using Torment Tran since 2010. Is that all it does? 272 in Sand? Or Earth Power? Oh, it's that. Okay, so it's probably not a 3. Well, it's still a 3 KO. I want to assume it's sub-teched because that would be safer. Well, Torment Tran can also be slow. Alright, I'm going to Torment. Falsely Accused is a great name. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's pretty much, can I Earthquake him if I already use the move? Maybe I should have crunched just to... Well, no, he didn't. If he subbed, then that could potentially get ugly. Effective with Torment. Well, Torment Trans can be slow, because sometimes they run Calm, but I don't know if slower than 224 is something to rely on, so Torment. Okay, this is what I was making sure. If the Pokemon is selected and it becomes effective with Torment. Okay, so Earthquake is 100% the move, and I'm faster anyway, so... Alright, cool. I think this was a showcase of a lot of good things about DPP. and the cool parts about my team, and also the many flaws, because it's very fun, but it's also very flawed. All right, black and white. Drag mag, rain. Drag mag, rain. Drag mag. Switch the calc. And rain. Oh, I should upload that replay just so it doesn't get lost. Tournament policy and whatnot. Okay, drag mag. I like rain more. Oh, good son. Actually, no, that's a good matchup. Because my Politoed is refresh. And Gara is a pretty big threat because it subs on Cress. Thundurus is actually kind of worthless. I might sack him to Final Gambit, but I'm definitely leading with Politoed. He doesn't have a method of beating, what's it called? He doesn't have a way to set up, block Ferrothorn's hazards. So that's really nice. I guess this is the part where I find out where he's banned or scarfed, but my Politoed is special defense, so I don't want to really take a huge U-turn if I can help it. Yeah, I'm going to let him take some barbs, because Ferrothorn's health is kind of inconsequential. He's going to go to Ninetales, but I just go back to Politoed and refresh off a burn. So that's cool. I haven't seen this exact Sun team before, and Refresh has a lot more PP than Wisp, which is nice. I'll take this Chansey switch, I'll get up my rocks with Pharaoh, and I think this is a pretty decent matchup. I mean, my Pharaoh set is kind of retarded. So it's not very good against Excadrill at all, but the good thing is with these chain switches I've got right now, he can't really get the leg up unless he goes directly to Excadrill on a healthy Pharaoh, which he can't without knowing the set. And even if he was, I would just knock him off, deal with it later. I would go to Thund because Thund is worthless against his team. I don't care if it's taking Stealth Rock damage. That's a YouTube ad. Sorry. I'm not really feeling Christmassy, but thank you for all your hard work, Glitch X City. Oh, Roar. Okay. Well, I don't want this taking a Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to sub because... Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now I get to spin for free. Yeah, I didn't want to have Tentacruel take a Wisp. And even if he roars, I don't really care too much at this point. Roaring Gara would admittedly be really obnoxious. Anyway, this Tentacruel set takes advantage of the fact that Jellicent really, really sucks in this metagame because of Sandforce Excadrill. So it pretty much just stalls everything to death. He has more Seismic Tosses than I have, unless he's T-Wave last, which would be weird. He has more Seismic Tosses than I have subs, but I have Protect on top of it, so I'm just going to be obnoxious and make sure he never gets rocks. So I'm going to Scald here because I want to be somewhat conservative with my PP, and I want to see if he's going to T-Wave or not. I'm going to sub here because if he doesn't T-Wave here on the obvious spin, the chances of him actually having it are quite low. So, and then after, if that's not the case, then I will just happily be on my way. Okay, Garchomp. This is actually a threat, so I think I might have to... first of all, I might trick my Scarf or Latios onto that Chansey after, but... I might have to Scald, hoping to get the burn, because this is definitely some sort of SD set. With Victini very likely... Oh, I should have calced the damage on Ferrothorn. Yeah, it's definitely a Scarf Victini, did 15. With max HP, probably, for Final Gambit. Its Final Gambit is actually ruined now for... I don't know if I'll have everything at high enough HP to not die to it later on, but it's definitely been chipped with that Iron Barb, so that's nice. But more specifically, Chomp is definitely a problem. So I'm wondering if I think I shouldn't just... I mean, I want to spin. No, I'm going to spin because this actually forces him to do something dumb against... Not dumb, but like lock into Outrage against Thundurus if he has it. If he's Draco, that's fine. I'm going to Protect here because I don't care if he Swords Dances because I'm going to sack Thundurus anyway. And obviously this process can't really repeat throughout the game. But I think... well, actually, that might have been a bit hasty. It can't really repeat throughout the game, but I should have the offense to really mess him up. Yeah, I don't want to rely on Thunderous and its shitty accuracy, Thunders in Sun against... Even if I trick the Chansey, then Cresselia and Ninetales make my life obnoxious, to say nothing of having to Thunder Victini. So, it's definitely some nice breathing room. I think he's thinking of getting... I'm not that attached to Tenna, but I actually kind of am, because if it gets in again later, it's going to be very obnoxious. So, I'm gonna... If he outrages... Yeah, I'm not gonna let him get the SD for free. It's just not worth it. Cool. And now if he's... Well, SD Declaw really kind of doesn't exist anymore. So I just let this go. SD Declaw isn't really a thing. And it definitely made sure I couldn't just scout him safely with Ferrothorn or something. But at the end of the day, the problem is that if this was a rain team with SD Aquatail Chomp, I'd be very worried. SD Garchomp is a forgotten threat against a ton of black and white teams. But a common problem is having to hit the Latios on the switch and dumb stuff like that. Oh, he is Dragon Claw. Okay. Smart guy. Anyway, so Latios coming in, and I'm going to trick the Chansey. And bingo. I don't think he's going to go back to Garchomp. That would be insanely risky because I can attack so easily. So now that he's got this, I'm going to go back to Latios because I will threaten... Okay, not that, but I made sure Chomp didn't come in, which was a bigger deal. And now I managed to threaten the Excadrill significantly. So that's really nice. This is a place for Gara to potentially set up too. Although this is suddenly starting to get a lot nastier than I'd have liked. Definitely want to spin. I definitely don't want Garchomp coming in for free. But yeah, seeing how he went to Tails last time, because switching Chomp directly into a relatively free Scald would have been really bad. So the thing is, he can kind of go back to Chansey for free now. So I kind of want to protect on that, but I also don't want Chomp coming in for free. So I'm going to take my middle ground since Politoed is still safe. And I don't really mind if... He's getting worn down. And the name of the game in here is to just keep forcing that damage on him over and over again. Because I definitely might be able to make something happen that way. I mean, because consider this scenario. I get up Rain here, he goes to Chansey, and I just start spamming Scald, and then he has to go to his Ninetales, and he's going to be at what? Sorry, like 35-ish, if I'm a little less. See, that's fine, because I'm just going to keep spamming that Scald. He's going to get this actual pretty powerful spin crit. He's bulky drill, that's fine, and him switching into Tails here is alright. I mean, I will take that. I'm not going to like switching into Garchomp here. Actually, I should calc SD. He could also be SD Dragon Claw Outrage, but generally when you don't have Outrage, then you start messing up against stuff like Gliscor. So, Gyarados. I think I have some defense EVs. He can spam Dragon Claw pretty nicely here. So what I think I might do is just sack Ferrothorn, just to get up rocks, because I will do that. Gara, Dragon Claw, that's what I want. Versus my 207, that's a good chunk of defense EVs. Good call there, Kev. Alright, so that's still kind of a... Yeah, don't want to chance it. I'm going to go to Ferrothorn. I am entirely specially defensive, so I don't love that at all. But he's still not going to KO me with Earthquake. And I don't think he'd KO me with +2 Fire Fang in rain, although he's not going for Fire Fang. In rain, Jesus. Yeah, he's not going to KO me. I'll get up rocks, I'll Draco with Latios, everyone, well, I'll be happy. So, yes, I definitely want rocks up. Good move there, but I don't think that really changed anything. We're just going to keep going in circles. He got health on his Ninetales, for sure. And that Will-O-Wisp miss helps me, but other than that, like, because the Chomp into Toad position, that was the threatening part, and he had that already, and that was really the best thing he could have done. So I'm gonna go to Pharaoh now and just keep getting up rocks. Good move on his end. That covered Scald too, but I'm just gonna keep going back because even if I refresh as he burns me, then I mean, actually, in theory, he could start roaring around and wisping, but and bringing my health down with repeated Will-O-Wisp. But okay, U-turn. That was a good move. So here's the question: what do I go to? Do I go to Tentacruel, force Garchomp, get my rocks with Ferrothorn? That could definitely work. I don't want to just Scald into Ninetales. He's getting a lot of health back. Going to Ferrothorn brings back Ninetales, and then I might not be able to take a +2 hit from Chomp, so I think I definitely provoke him, I guess isn't the worst choice of words, into letting me get my rocks. Okay, I'll take that. I also am not that worried about a switch here because Will-O-Wisping is a riskier move. I mean, I still get my health back. Yeah, so this is still fine. Yeah, he will wear me down 6% at a time. But the thing is, he can't even roar Will-O-Wisp me over and over again because eventually he's going to pull in Rain, Tentacruel, Latios, Gyarados, which I'll scare it out. So we're still in this position. U-turn again. I don't think he wants to bring down my Tentacruel that much, but alright. Operation Get Rocks is a go. I'll take it. As long as he doesn't sub, that would be awful. That would genuinely be the game, but thank God he doesn't. Cool. He will still die to Draco, because Latios is a monster, and if he doesn't, then I am probably boned. But a Bonchomp is kind of not good. So here's the cool thing. I can go to Gara here, and if he goes back to Chomp, which would be, I mean, still probably fine for me, but the point of him going back to Chomp, then I still get a clear shot at something with Gara, and if he subs, or if he just soft-boiled, like he's kind of forced to, then I'm good. So, alright, Gara's in, maybe he's thinking Scarf or something. So Gara gets a KO here, which is really nice. I don't really need the gem. I think I'll be fine even against like Calm Mind Crest with Toad, Tenna, even tricking with Latios, giving it an Eviolite, making it easier to stall out. So, question is, like, he can't be like, oh, I'm going to give him 2 DDs, because then I'm in trouble, so I just have to let something go. Chansey looks kind of worthless here. So, do I... Yeah, I can't sub, don't want to DD, and just lose more health. Kind of want to keep the jet... No, I'm going to Waterfall. Alright. Cool. I get rid of that forever. So I get my Moxie, I can... Ooh, man, do I sack? Suddenly this is a threat, actually. Because he just Bolt Strikes. Subbing on a Tails would have been nice. I think I might have to... Well, the good news is Latios goes Berserk now. With Draco every time. And he has limited switches, so I'm going to let Gara go. And now I go to Toad. Definitely go to Toad. And I go to Latios, who can easily tank those. Roost. Because most people don't think about Roost on Scarf Latios. And I'm just going to make 1000% sure that I'm getting the KO here. He gets 2 more switch-ins with Victini. Got to make those count. So, Chansey, Surf, and Rain. Okay, he absolutely dies. She absolutely dies, I guess I should say. Cress. First order of business is that. That is helpful. Now I can still take those Bolt Strikes. If I can get the sub up with Cruel, that helps. I gotta be careful of that thing. That was a great move on his end. But I think if I can just Scald him here, Surf with Latios. Scarf Victini is doing how much? Yeah, I might have to go to... Well, I don't want to get Bolt Striked. This is a very tense endgame. U-turn is doing... Good God. Oh, that's banded. Adamant banded at that. Whereas I think he's... I'll have to calc the attack EVs in a second, but... No burn, that's fine. I'm going to protect... I should have done that. Whatever. So I get leftovers. So his U-turn damage on Tentacruel and Ferrothorn was minimal. Absolutely minimal. And he can't switch to either of them here, really. I mean, the best he could do is pretty much go to Cresselia and make another really risky move going back to Garchomp and try to beat it that way. Oh man, that sucks. That would be a really nice move on his end. Maybe that trick was a little premature. But I still think it's... Actually, it's not looking so great. Yeah, the problem is I can't even sub up on it because I could, I guess, stall Bolt Strikes, but he also might have Psyshock on his Tentacruel. Actually, no, Ice Beam, HP Fire. No, you gotta have that on Cress. So I could stall out Bolt Strikes with my sub and protect PP, and then I would have enough to beat the Chomp. And if I could beat it... Alright, so here's where we're gonna calc. Victini U-turn versus Ferrothorn with... Not Sandforce. U-turn versus Ferro did... I mean, it might just be an offensive Victini. Instead of max HP Final Gamut, it did 15. Can he do that without... No, he can't. Okay, he's max attack. Okay. The next thing I gotta calc is versus Cresselia. Cress runs max defense, you know, fighting types, dragons, all that stuff. So Surf in Rain does that much, so he's not running like extra bulk or something. So from 45, I figure I have to copy paste here. Then my odds of KOing are, you know, approximately. Where's a 5 I can find? There it is. Also, some people told me to get an external keyboard, and I did last year, and it was just the worst. So I'll wait a little while longer to get this fixed. So I've got about that much chance to KO it from here. And he's been thinking this time too. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. So hoping for this. Actually, no, I think I go to Tentacruel 100% and win. Okay. I think I would have been able to pull that out, hopefully. But because I go to Tenta here, and even if he goes to Latios, then I finish the game with Surf Latios. Even if he goes to Garchomp, then I finish the game with Surf Latios. I sub. Actually, no, I definitely Scald. Just because I don't want to potentially do nothing against... Yeah, alright, I'm going to sub. Scald would even save me against a freeze, but... These have been some really tense games so far. Really, really enjoying this series. This guy's a good player, man. Never underestimate. So, we're gonna continue with him choosing the next tier. Oh, I'm very glad I decided to record this, no matter the result. I mean, I have to say that, but all right. So this is a little bit of a preview for my next video. This, or maybe not next video, because I've been swearing I'm gonna do this, but similar to like what I did with the UD team analysis, I plan to do this for this undisputed team. So here's a little bit of a taste. Oh man, are you kidding me? All right, so apparently you can't run shiny or whatever. Oh yeah, it's baton pass. It's from XD. I guess XD can't be shiny. Well, whatever. Screw you. I'm making everything else shiny. So cool. Yeah, I'm going to do an analysis on this. So here we get a sneak peek. All right. So with Zapdos, then you say this is an undisputed team, if that wasn't very clear. It's one of his more known ones. So cool. With Zapdos, you absolutely go for Baton Pass on the first turn. Huh, all right. Well, what I was going to say is if it doesn't show Focus Punch, then you just you go to either Breloom or Metagross for instant offensive momentum. And if he does go to, and if he does show Focus Punch, man, that's annoying. One of my favorite teams, I use Zapdos Baton Pass to Gengar just so T-Tar can't get one over on me with Focus Punch. Anyway, I'm not going to Charizard. I'm going to go to Metagross because I can still be offensive even when I've taken a hit. I Scout. That is a banded Tyranitar. So he's very likely going to Skarmory or Swampert, and I'm going to go to my Breloom and come face to face with the Metagross. All right, Ban T-Tar, Metagross. Ban T-Tar is not something you see on too much offense. You generally associate it with Skarm and Pert. Anyway, I'm in a fairly contentious spot here because Band would eat me up, and Lum Psychic would just ruin my life, so I'm going to go to Charizard. Instant offensive reversal. And most offense struggles to switch into Zard, and its health is not that important. I mean, unless you're tanking Gengar Thunderbolt with it. Odds of Gengar went way down with the CB Tar, and then the Metagross follow-up indicating offense. So since he's banded, I'm going to go to Breloom because he's not going to chance the Focus Punch. And he was going to sack his CB Tar. Now I get my Spore off. Thank God that was rocky, but luckily this team can get a lot done even with... Alright, he's going back and forth and letting the other get slept. So since there's a very low likelihood of Gengar and a decently low chance of Zapdos, then, oh man, I really want to Stun Spore, but if he stays in, then... No, I'm going to Stun Spore because it's the smarter thing to do, and I catch Zapdos, and that's useful as hell. So I'm going to go to... Now that his Metagross is down, that's really nice because suddenly my Focus Punch Lax poses a major threat. And he Thunder Waves back, that's fine. I'm going to Focus Punch and hopefully nail that Tyranitar. Oh, Cloyster. Fuck. Okay, you know what? Fine. He's running Jolteon Swampert. I'm fairly sure, so I'm going to go to my Zapdos. He gets up spikes, and I'm going to Thunder Wave that Blissey, I guess. This reminds me of this weird team KG brought in SPL a long time ago. Okay, well... Oh, that Focus Punch would have been nice. Okay, and that means Charizard sucks against him, too. Well, I guess Breloom poses a threat, so I can now go for my Focus Punch. Because if he leaves Blissey in, he is colossally brave, would be one way to put it. So I'm going to go, let's see, Cloyster versus Charizard. They don't run special attack EVs these days. They're all the fast set with special defense, so they can take things like Swampert and Starmie. So Surf will not kill me even with Sand, so I'm going to let him go if he wants to explode. That's fine. I'm going to Focus Punch because I don't want Blissey coming in for free. And, I mean, it's risky, but him giving up Cloyster free is also kind of a too good to be true thing. I don't know. Actually, I might Fire Blast just because I don't really care if Blissey comes in, and I don't want Zapdos to come in for free. But it's weird, man. He's been playing kind of strange so far, so there we go. That's a big focus punch. So there's something I want to check the calc on this. But if I just keep focus punching until he knocks me into Torrent with, I'm going to assume S-Toss Ice Beam, or into Blaze, sorry, then I might be able to kill him with a Blaze boosted Fire Blast and remove the prediction element from this little soiree. So Charizard Fire Blast is not going to do nearly enough. But let's say I'm at 33, which I will be after 2 Seismic Tosses, and I have a decent shot to kill him. Plus, assuming he doesn't soft-boiled as I... I mean, I almost want a Fire Blast right away, just because of the immediate double focus punch to prevent the soft-boiled is so very clear, but I don't want to get bogged down in prediction games. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep focus punching, just mess with him a little. And it worked! That's perfect. Alright, naked focus, or sorry, not naked. Healthy Fire Blast, still not enough against 22 Blissey. Well, at least now I know my Blaze plan will absolutely work. 62.5. Do I risk it? Suddenly Charizard became a huge threat. Well, not huge, but every time, if I get him in on Cloyster again. I'm gonna Fire Blast. Oh, fuck! Oh, no, that's so bad! God, oh, man, that genuinely makes me upset. Oh, no. Alright, you know what? Even if he attacks, that's fine. You know, at least I got rid of it. That was an odd T-Wave, but... suddenly I beat this. I want to take it out of the way just to give Swampert an easier time, and I don't really have a good switch into it. So I'm just going to take it out. I mean, it's slower than T-Tar anyway. It's going to be my fodder. I don't really mind Gross having not slept at all. Hey, if he's going to boom, that's fine. It's much better than him blowing up Zapdos. Zapdos is paired. That's good. My Metagross is fast. That helps a lot. So the thing is, if it's a KG team, I think it's like something like a Mence last. I can't imagine it's just Gengar, otherwise, because that's a much better switch to Breloom than Zapdos. Zapdos can't even hurt Breloom immediately half the time. And it's not like if you're scouting for Pursuit Tar, then Zapdos is like, I don't know, I don't think it's a very safe mid-ground. I guess he doesn't really have a ton of options, but I feel like it's Mence or Pert or something. So, Charizard really put in work there. But the good thing is, with Metagross Sleep, faster than T-Tar, and I'll blow up Zapdos, so I can go to Metagross and pretty likely get something good going. I don't want to go to Zapdos on his T-Tar and get nothing for it, pretty much. So I'm going to go to Metagross, and I'm just going to blow this up. It is a Gengar, god damn it, and my... Ugh, that is so obnoxious. Luckily, I have... this fella, and if I T-Wave him, then Swampert is probably doing okay. Oh no, I don't think he's going to risk the T-Wave. It's... Alright, he just goes for a burn, that's fine, I guess. Oh, that's a very weak Gengar, so that helped out. Alright, I think I should be able to close it out. What are the moves? If I go to... Alright, let me calc Breloom. Well, if I force damage on Breloom, then I'll probably win with Swampert. If I force damage on Zapdos, I mean. And I can still go to Snorlax and blow something up, so I'm not going to risk anything. That is bulky as hell, and I get bailed a little, but... that is a very bulky Tyranitar, actually. So it definitely wasn't outspeeding my Swampert. Let's just go with this. It's Timid versus Tyranitar. I mean, my move doesn't really change either way, but he's definitely packing some bulk. And he's definitely banded from his Rock Slide and Focus Punch damage, so yeah, the move is brilliant. Oh, man. Maybe the move was just Swampert. That was so dumb. Oh, I'm really disappointed in myself for that, actually, but I should still be fine. Alright, Oh, I get lucky. That was really dumb of me. I shouldn't really have done that. Well, actually, if that's a 3 KO, then I was fine either way. Because he is offense. I mean, I kind of got paranoid of a weird Spadev Zapdos on that team. Because the Blissey throws it all out of whack. It's not a... yeah, that's definitely something KG is in SPL. It was dumb of me to... I mean, I guess it would have been a really tough move to just Psychic the Zapdos there anyway. I mean, I should have thought more and thought about what he might do in case he tries to absorb it with Metagross, which would definitely be a better trade for him than for me. But yeah, if that's a 3 KO, I'm just going to hopefully hit. Cool. God, that prelim is strong. And yeah, I'm just going to Focus Punch because he hasn't slept a turn yet. Because he came in on a switch. Oh, he's leftovers. All right. Oh, I don't know why that surprised me. But yeah, I should be okay, barring some less than great luck. And that should be the ball game. Yeah, it's a little lucky on my end, but I think if he was going for the Will-O-Wisp with that weak Gengar, then that was fine. Alright, so that's the series. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed this. MTV BRATVA, you are a good opponent. That was a nicely contested set of games. I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you guys again, and I will catch you next time.